Hey, welcome back, presenter. So I'm really excited for today because today is day number 4 of your social media challenge, and today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, that is personal branding. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to talk about why you should choose personal branding over business branding. Okay, now what is the basic difference between a personal brand and a business brand? When it comes to a personal brand, you are showing your face to your audience, you are coming in front of them, and people are recognizing your page as a person and just another page on social media, right? And when it comes to business branding, people are recognizing a logo, they are just finding a business name, just another business or just another page on social media that they follow on a regular basis based on their interests. For example, you must be following several meme pages right now, right? There will be several meme pages that you might be following. What happens is, if one of those meme pages go off, you won't even recognize that, right? Because there are so many meme pages that you are following. If one stops posting, then you won't even care. But just imagine if a person that you have been following for a very long time and they have been entertaining you for a very long time by now, and they suddenly stop posting, and when you try to search their name on social media, you won't be able to find them anywhere. What would happen? You will do anything to find that person, right? You will be posting, you will be going to YouTube, you will be searching where did this person go, because I've been following for a very long time, right? But you won't even care if one page out of 100 pages just go off. But they will care if you're a person out of 1 billion people. If you go off and you have built enough connection with your audience, they are gonna find you no matter where you go, right? So I will give you a quick example. Just imagine, for the next 6 months you are building a business brand. Okay, let's say you are staying behind a logo and you are starting to create connections with that particular page that you have. Okay, you have made a brilliant page, you have amazing graphics in it, you are providing a hell lot of knowledge inside of that page. Okay, so what happens is that you are just one page in copywriting. Let's suppose you are in copywriting, you're just one page in copywriting. There are several other pages who are already posting about copywriting as well. All those are business brands. So the amount of knowledge that you are giving, the same amount of value other pages are also giving, because it's the same content more or less. Because no matter how many people come in whatever niche that people are in, it's more or less the same thing. It's the same drills and football niche. It's the same type of recipes that people make for a particular dish. It's the same thing, right? It's just the difference in presentation. So it's all about that. But what happens is, after a point of time, let's say 7 to 8 months, you have grown to 10,000 followers, and after that point, you stop posting content in that particular account and you go off. Suddenly nobody is gonna find you. It's hard truth, but this is what it is, right? But when it comes to bigger brands who have already created a presence everywhere, just like KFC, if KFC social media platform goes off, then people might go ahead and find out where the social media is, but nobody would be caring that much because they already have a KFC near them, right? So it doesn't really matter if you have a business brand. But if you have a personal brand, people start recognizing you as a person, they start building trust with you, and when you start posting content that best relates with your audience. For example, if I started posting content about what I am feeling right now, and you are feeling the same thing, and you could relate with me, then you will become my true fan at that particular point, right? Because you know that this person is doing the same thing that I am doing, right? He's facing the same problems that I am facing. I'm just like him, he's just like me. So that at that particular point, both of them will be relating to each other and they will be building a strong relationship. And that's where personal branding is the most powerful thing that you can ever build, and that's your asset, not a liability. So if you are creating a personal brand, you are building an asset for yourself. Wherever you will be going, after a point of time, when people start recognizing you, they will be coming up to you and they will be recognizing you in the crowd. And that's the most brilliant thing that you can ever do. I will just share a story with you. When I started shifting my account from that big account that I had for 12.5k followers, it wasn't that big, but still it was huge for me because I never made it till there. So when I did go at that point, what happened is, when I stopped posting, some people started messaging me, why are you not posting, why are you not posting anymore, in 3 to 4 days itself. And in a week, when I stopped posting there, I started a new account, and somebody from that account started searching my name and got to find me in this particular new account, okay? And one person found me, he posted it in his story, and all the other people, almost 120 people, followed me on the first day when I just got inside of that new account that I have today. And it felt amazing. It felt like I did it, I made it a success, right? Those people knew me. That's the reason they came back to me in the new account. They started asking me questions: what happened to your previous account, what happened, why did you stop posting in your previous account, and all of that stuff. And it felt amazing. Trust me, it was the biggest thing, it is the biggest thing that I have, that is you. So once people start recognizing you, they start recognizing you as a person and not a business. And that's the most precious thing. So this is why I want you guys to start your personal brand from today. Now let's talk about some technical stuff. What do you need to do today itself? Now today we are going to create your social media account. I hope that you have already found out the 2 social media platforms of yours. Number 1 is YouTube. Anyhow you have to do it. I don't want to listen to any excuses of yours. I want you guys to start your YouTube channel. Now what are the 3 big things that you need to keep in mind while starting a social media account? Number 1 is the name. Okay, just stick to one name. You have to figure out one name that best resonates with you, and then you will be using that name on all social media platforms. For example, I'm using Digimus in YouTube, in Instagram, in Facebook, in LinkedIn, in almost any single social media platform that I'm present in. I'm using the same username, I'm using the same profile picture as well. This is the most important thing. People are gonna recognize you and they are gonna find you in all the social media platforms very soon if you have the same username. If you have Digimus at one place, you have Muzahid Khan in another place, I have just Muzahid at another place, then nobody is gonna find me in other social media platforms as well. So uniformity is really important. That's the first name. You have to figure out your name. I will help you with finding your name. Okay, just imagine it this way. After 10 years from now, just 10 years from now, you are going to be famous anyways, right? People are going to recognize you. So suppose you are getting in front of 1000 audience. Okay, those people are in an auditorium and the anchor is announcing your name. Okay, what that name would be, just think of it. And I chose Digimus, and if somebody had to call me in in a stage or what, they will be calling me as Digimus. This is what my aim is, my vision is that. So I want people to call me Digimus, right? And that's how you can figure out your own. What's the name that that anchor will be calling you? Just find that out, and just keep that name in all social media platforms that you're gonna use, and people are gonna recognize you with that name. For example, I'll give you some examples as well. When it comes to Russell Brunson, it's his full name, right? Russell Brunson. Everybody recognizes him not just as Russell, but as Russell Brunson itself. And the anchor or anybody who has to call his name to the stage, they call Russell Brunson itself. That's the first. Gary Vee. Gary Vee's full name is Gary Vaynerchuk, okay? And Gary Vee is the name that he chose to keep in social media. And every single person who knows him now recognizes him as Gary Vee instead of Gary Vaynerchuk. So this is how you can figure out your own name. Now, first thing was your name. The second thing is you need to figure out what color best suits you. Now, what do I mean by color, and how does color has to do with anything that you're doing? Now, when it comes to colors, people recognize you in terms of colors as well. Now, for example, if you would have seen my Instagram content, all of it is an orange theme, right? Black and orange. And in my previous account, what it was like, black and yellow. Black and yellow were my brand colors, and people used to recognize me. If they were to just scroll down, they would be recognizing my content at the very moment, because I had that branding and people used to recognize my content. And some of the people would come up to me and say, I always recognize your content inside of my feed. And that is why you need to keep a color that best resonates with you, and people are gonna recognize you with that color as well, right? So this is why you need to figure out one color or a gradient. Both of them will be doing really great. If you go to my Instagram account, it's a gradient. It's an orange gradient. It's not an orange color, a solid color. It's a gradient, right? So this is the reason. And the third thing you need to figure out is your niche. At the very beginning I mentioned to find out what's your thing, because what happens is people start recognizing you for your thing. Now I'll give you quick examples. When it comes to Russell Brunson, what's his thing? It's sales funnels, right? And when it comes to Gary Vee, he's a motivational speaker. Everybody knows that. When it comes to Steve Jobs, what did he do? he's associated with iPhone, with Apple company itself, right? When it comes to Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. Okay, these are the three things that you need to figure out in order to start your personal brand. And another thing that I wanted to say to you guys is about when I was getting inside of this whole Instagram marketing stuff, and I was branding the page of other accounts as well for my clients and for my students. When I was doing that, I made a YouTube video at the very beginning. It was like 6 to 7 months ago. I made that YouTube video, and it was completely based on branding your Instagram account. I have told A to Z all the 6 golden factors that you need to keep in mind, and you need to build that inside of Instagram account so that you have a whole personalized page that will be making the sale for you. I have already made that video, but it's quite old, and the branding and everything inside of that video is not that great, but it's totally worth it. The value that I'm providing inside of that, it's the same, but the energy level is low and everything is really bad inside of it. But just listen to it, just bear with me for those 14 minutes, but it's completely worth it. Go ahead and see that video and brand your Instagram page. The same thing goes with Facebook and LinkedIn as well. Now, Instagram bio can be your Facebook's description or LinkedIn's description, right? The same profile picture inside of your Instagram account will be present in all other social media platforms as well. So it's the same thing, the concept is same, but the platforms are different. Whatever is the platform that you chose by now is the same concept that you are going to apply in Instagram. It's the same branding you are going to apply in LinkedIn, the same branding you are going to apply in Facebook. It's the same thing. So just go ahead and watch the full video and get to know how you can brand your Instagram page. Plus, I have also made another video to actually help you guys make your YouTube banner. Now, what is a YouTube banner? The cover photo that you are going to have for your YouTube channel is the banner for your YouTube channel, right? You have to make that as well today, because today is the day you are gonna create your Instagram, YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn account, and you are gonna start working on it from tomorrow by putting out content. But today, just make your Instagram account or Facebook account and all the social media accounts. Just make it today, do the branding and everything, make it ready, and then from tomorrow we are gonna work on the content. Sounds fair enough? So go ahead and complete the task for today. Watch the other 2 videos as well, and I will see you tomorrow with day number 5 of your social media challenge.